May 1940. Northern France. The morning is quiet, almost serene. Soldiers move along muddy roads, unaware of the storm gathering to the north. Engines hum faintly in the distance. By nightfall, an entire front line will vanish into chaos, leaving only silence. France, spring of 1940. The country braces itself for a war that had already begun in neighboring Belgium. The French army is positioned along the borders, prepared to defend its territory with fortifications and trained troops. The Maginot Line is considered impenetrable. Commanders believe that any German offensive will follow the expected route through Belgium. Yet, to the north, the Ardennes forest stretches in dense, shadowy lines, unseen and underestimated. This forest, thick with trees and narrow roads, is considered unlikely to support a rapid armored advance. French troops are stationed along the border, many units spread thin. Soldiers have minimal combat experience, while veterans try to guide the young conscripts. There is a mixture of confidence and apprehension in the air. Officers issue orders, maps are studied, and defensive positions are reinforced. Yet whispers travel among the soldiers. Rumors of German movements circulate in the camps. Some reports hint at rapid mechanized units crossing Belgium's quiet roads. Others claim there is no significant movement. Confusion grows as contradictory information reaches the command posts. Communication is fragile. Telephone lines are unreliable. Radio messages are often delayed or lost. Troops on the front lines wait for instructions that may never come. The weather is damp and unpredictable. Rain turns roads into mud, slowing vehicles and exhausting men. Soldiers carry their rifles in packs, marching along slippery paths. Their uniforms are heavy and soaked, their boots caked in mud. Young men barely trained, barely prepared for modern warfare, walk alongside older soldiers who have faced combat before. Anxiety hangs over them, but they move forward out of duty and habit. In Paris, political leaders follow the news with cautious concern. Newspapers hint at the possibility of a German advance through the north. Families pray quietly, children play in the streets unaware of the looming disaster. Farmers notice troop movements that do not align with official reports. They hear engines in the distance, low and ominous, yet no one knows the true scale of what is coming. By May 10, 1940, German forces launch a sudden offensive. Panzer divisions strike with speed and precision that shocks French intelligence. Soldiers receive orders to reposition, but communication failures cause delays and confusion. Commanders underestimate the enemy's coordination. Defensive lines, carefully drawn on maps, are soon under threat. Troops march, they wait, and they watch, their nerves taut with anticipation. By the end of the first day, the storm of mechanized warfare has begun, though its full force has yet to be revealed. The stage is set for a collapse that will erase the morning calm from the northern French landscape. The German assault begins in earnest on May 10. Panzer divisions push through the Ardennes with alarming speed, exploiting the forest's narrow roads that the French had assumed would slow them. The French command is caught unprepared. Artillery units attempt to respond, but their positions are exposed, and supply lines are immediately disrupted. Orders sent to reposition battalions arrive too late. Confusion spreads from headquarters to the front lines. Soldiers receive conflicting instructions, some are told to hold, others to retreat. Chaos becomes the rule rather than the exception. On the ground, French infantry faces the first shock. Tanks emerge from the mist, engines roaring. Infantrymen fire blindly, rifles shaking in their hands. Officers try to organize counterattacks, but the dense forest and rapid German movement prevent coordination. Entire units become isolated. Small groups of soldiers scatter in every direction. The sounds of gunfire, explosions, and shouted orders mix with the rumble of engines. Fear spreads like wildfire. Rain falls steadily, turning trenches and roads into mud-choked obstacles. Soldiers slip and fall. Heavy packs and rifles slow their movements. Supply wagons sink into the mire, leaving men without ammunition, food, or medical aid. The terrain, which was meant to protect them, now traps them. Officers ride motorcycles or horses through the rain, trying to locate their scattered troops. Many never return. By midday, French units begin to collapse. Battalion after battalion loses contact with headquarters. Reinforcements arrive disoriented or late. Some are ambushed before reaching the front. Others surrender after running into German encirclements. Panic is contagious. Soldiers abandon positions, leaving artillery and weapons behind. Smoke rises from burning villages and vehicles. Roads fill with retreating men, abandoned trucks, and overturned carts. Civilians flee alongside soldiers, adding to the confusion. Commanders attempt desperate maneuvers. They redirect reserves to threatened sectors, hoping to plug gaps in the line. But the speed and coordination of the German advance prevent any stabilization. By nightfall, French defensive lines are fractured. Entire regiments have disappeared from maps. Communication fails entirely. Some units cannot even send word of their location or condition. The enemy moves unimpeded. The French army's northern defense, once assumed strong and reliable, now teeters on the edge of collapse. Soldiers are exhausted, wet, and demoralized. Officers struggle to maintain discipline as the reality of encirclement and overwhelming enemy strength becomes clear. Civilians watch from distant hills as columns of tanks and soldiers advance through villages, fields, and forests. The first day of the offensive sets the stage for a disaster that will erase months of preparation and expectation. By midnight, the front line no longer exists as it once did, leaving only scattered men, abandoned equipment, and the growing shadow of total defeat. The morning after the German offensive reveals the full scale of the disaster. Entire French divisions have vanished from the front lines. Fields and forests are littered with abandoned equipment, overturned vehicles, and discarded rifles. Smoke rises from villages that were once alive with farmers and townspeople. Soldiers who survived the initial attacks wander aimlessly, lost among the trees and mud. The battlefield has transformed into a chaotic maze of destruction. French commanders convene emergency meetings, trying to assess the situation. Maps are filled with gaps where units should be. Reports from the front are sporadic and contradictory. Reinforcements are rushed forward, but they find only deserted positions and the remnants of broken battalions. Panic spreads through the ranks. Soldiers retreat without orders, some surrender to advancing German forces, while others hide in the forests, uncertain of where to go. The Germans push relentlessly, exploiting every gap and weakness. Tanks and mechanized infantry move quickly along muddy roads, crossing rivers and bridges with terrifying efficiency. French artillery fires sporadically but is often too late or misdirected. The precision and coordination of the German advance leave the defenders disoriented. Every attempt to regroup fails. Orders are ignored, lost, or impossible to execute. By midday, the northern front of France is unrecognizable. Villages lie in ruins. Roads are clogged with retreating soldiers and abandoned wagons. Infantry units no longer maintain cohesion. Communication has completely broken down. Officers struggle to enforce discipline, but fear and confusion dominate. Many soldiers become prisoners or vanish into the countryside. Local civilians flee, carrying whatever possessions they can salvage. Casualties mount rapidly. Entire battalions cease to exist as organized forces. Soldiers fall to machine gun fire or drown in flooded trenches and rivers. Medical units cannot reach the wounded. Artillery positions are abandoned or captured. By afternoon, the once proud French defenses have collapsed entirely. The Germans advance unopposed through the gaps, their momentum unstoppable. By evening, the battlefield is silent except for the distant rumble of engines and occasional gunfire. Soldiers huddle in forests, exhausted, wet, and demoralized. Entire villages are deserted. Smoke lingers over destroyed houses and fields. Commanders record losses that are difficult to comprehend. The scale of the defeat is overwhelming. The final blow comes as night falls. French forces are scattered, disorganized, and exhausted. Positions that were expected to hold firm have been obliterated. The northern defense of France no longer exists. Soldiers disappear into the shadows, captured or missing. The land is littered with the remnants of human effort and courage, now erased by the swiftness of mechanized warfare. The battle that was meant to be a stand has ended in utter rout. What remains is silence, ruin, and the growing shadow of history forgetting those who fought and disappeared overnight. The morning comes. Silence covers the battlefield. Trenches are empty. Rifles lie abandoned in the mud. Broken helmets and packs are scattered across fields. Smoke rises in thin, gray lines from burning villages. The roads are deserted. Soldiers are gone. The enemy has moved on. No one remains to tell the story. Units are erased from maps. Command posts are silent. Villages once full of life are empty. Families have fled or vanished. Nature begins to reclaim what was torn by war. Grass grows through the tracks of tanks and trucks. Trees bend over abandoned artillery. The wind moves through broken streets. Only echoes of orders and screams linger, faint and distant. History barely records this collapse. The scale of loss is immense, yet almost forgotten. Names of soldiers vanish from official records. Units that once stood proudly are omitted in reports. Local memories fade with time. The battle becomes a shadow, a brief and silent footnote in the larger story of the war. In towns near the former front, life continues quietly. People rebuild homes, repair roads, plant fields. The sound of daily life returns. Yet the empty fields, the scars of artillery, and the remnants of battle remain. They are silent witnesses. Children play near ruins. Farmers plow over what was once a battlefield. The dead and missing are gone from view, almost gone from memory. By night, the landscape is still. The moon casts pale light over abandoned guns and broken vehicles. Silence dominates. No cheers, no cries, no commands. Only the soft sound of wind over mud and grass. The land holds the story of sudden defeat, of soldiers who disappeared overnight, of lines that never held. The battle is over. France moves on. The memory of those lost fades. Maps show borders, but not the emptiness. Villages recover, but the men and the courage vanish. The fields are quiet. Smoke drifts into the night. Nothing remains of the morning before. Only silence. Only shadows. Forgotten by history. Sudden defeat. Forgotten. Thank you for watching. New historical stories are published regularly.